Hey guys, thanks for hanging out here with us. For each of you, what's it been like playing with your brother? I guess the last 3 years, Hayden. Maybe you could take that first.
Well, it's been awesome. And it's been really cool because it was something that in high school, I guess we kind of thought maybe could happen. And then Hudson decided he wanted to be a hog, and we got to spend 3 years together. So it's been really special. And it's a lot of fun coming to work with him every day. And at times getting to compete against him and meet him in the gap and hit him and stuff like that. So it's been enjoyable, to say the least.
Yeah, I think Hayden hit it kind of best that this is something that we've always kind of dreamed of growing up and playing together on the Hogs. I think it was something that we didn't really think about till we were really in high school, that we had an opportunity to get to play with each other again, like outside of high school. And it's been really fun. It's been really cool. I think it really played a big role in my decision, honestly, whenever I was coming out of high school, was that I was able to have family with me if I came to Arkansas. And that's been pretty cool to have the past 3 years. And I know, especially this year with Hayden coming back and playing another year, it's been really fun. And just having him around, it just makes this place seem like more like home.
Well, when you guys are competing in practice, how competitive is that? And have you ever made each other cry?
In practice, are you asking, or are you just asking in general in life?
Oh, but both, I guess.
In life, there's probably been many times when we were growing up. I know there was actually Hayden and I used to fight a lot, especially over sports related stuff. I know, pick up basketball games. I know one story. Hayden and I were outside playing pickup basketball, and it starts off kind of easy, and then it starts getting real physical because you're trying to beat your older brother. And I started throwing elbows a little bit. He started throwing elbows, and I just got pissed off. And I threw the ball straight at his head, and he ducked and had great reflexes and came at me and just cracked me across my face. I fell on the ground. And he just got on top of me and was just pummeling me with punches. And I got up and ran inside and locked my door, and I was crying. It was funny. It was good stuff. I mean, there's many stories like that. It's on the football field, there hasn't really been anything like that because I won't let that happen.
How old were you? How old were you guys when that basketball thing happened?
Probably middle school, junior high, somewhere that age. I actually have a funny story too. I know, when we were younger, I think I was in third grade when we first moved to Arkansas. I think we were watching some kind of Arkansas game, I think, and Hayden and I were wrestling, and it got a little bit intense, and he put me in a chokehold, and I was so mad that I acted like I was dead. And Hayden started freaking out and he was freaking out. And I was sitting there with eyes rolled back in my head, just pretending. Hayden's throwing water on my face and stuff.
Okay. All right. Goodness.
Yeah. And it was,
We're digging into the archives tonight.
No, yeah. I promise it was, we had fun growing up together too. We had a lot of good moments, stories like those. 10 minutes later, we're fine. We're best friends again, so.
To answer your question, Bob, yes, we are very competitive, as you can tell.
And then Hayden, I know you've been battling injuries and hadn't been getting on the field a lot, and then you got to play quite a bit last week, had a couple good catches for first downs. Just how you feeling physically, and how good was it to get, more involved, obviously, in the game last week?
It was great.
Hudson, I think. I'm sorry. I think I said Hayden. I meant Hudson. Yeah.
Last year, I kind of battled some of the same stuff, and it just happens. Football is football, and injuries happen. You get beat up, and you're not able to play as well as you can. And so this past week, it felt really good to get some confidence back and be able to get back in there and be able to help the team out. And, unfortunately, we weren't able to get the win. And, that is what it is. We weren't able to execute. We weren't able to do what we wanted to do on offense the way that, we knew that we could have done. Auburn's a great team, and they came out and played a better game than us. But it's obviously fun to get back out there and kind of get back into the swing of things.
I got a couple more. I'll turn it back to Oliver. Thanks, guys.
Tom?
Hey, you got a bunch of walking wounded on the defense. I'm just wondering what you're seeing out of the unit this week, and ability to bounce back and get it together for Saturday.
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. We've had our second good practice in a row today, and getting the game plan ready for UAPB this weekend in Little Rock. I think we'll have an exciting atmosphere down there, and it'll be a fun game to play against another in-state opponent.
Yeah, they've been using two quarterbacks. Can you speak to what you see out of those guys on film?
There's dynamic and they make a lot of plays for them. They kind of make the whole thing go. So one's a lefty, I think one's a righty, and they're interchangeable. They both play well. They're bigger guys and they can run and create plays with their legs, and very dynamic. We're gonna have to tackle well and limit them as much as we can.
Thanks.
Jacob.
Hey guys, I'm curious. You only get so many home games in a year, and this is going to be your second away from Razorback Stadium. Besides this past weekend, I mean, it's the only home game you've had in the last month or so. Does that take a toll on you guys, just kind of having to get on the bus, get on the plane every week, and be outside of Fayetteville?
I think all week in practice, I think Coach Pittman tries to just instill to us that, it's just football. At the end of the day, there's 100 yards, they have to roll football out there, and we got to play football. I think when we go in those big stadiums, when we play away, especially like at Georgia, and when we played Ole Miss, and what else did we play? We played in Dallas, where we're like where we're kind of away from our like home field. It's it can feel a little different, but Coach Pittman always tries to tell us that, man, like at the end of the day, it's just football. But I think traveling and having to get on a plane and having to get in a hotel, it's not too bad. I think we're all used to it now, this far into the season. So it's not as bad.
I mean, we can't only play good at home and only feel comfortable at home. We play half of our games away. So we're going to have to get comfortable at being in environments like that. So we can't just say that it takes a toll on us to play away. I mean, we got to do it. So it's part of it.
Nate.
Yeah, both being from Little Rock, does this mean anything special to you going back to War Memorial to play?
Yeah, for sure. Hayden and I played a lot of games there. Actually, in high school, we got the opportunity to go to a lot of state championships, and we played under Coach Kelly at PA. And I think going back there, it's kind of special, even though we have a different jersey on and we're playing for a different team. I think it's special in that way, and it's special just because we're playing in our own backyard. We're getting to play in a place that we grew up watching Darren McFadden run the ball, and we grew up watching Matt Jones being able to sling it to, what was it? He was the one that had the miracle on Markham. I mean, places like that you get to play in and kind of play in your own backyard, it's pretty fun.
Hudge.
Hudson and maybe Hayden too. It seems like we haven't really talked about him much, but Traylon Burks has had an incredible year. What have y'all thought about the season he's had?
I mean, guy's an absolute animal. He's a beast. And when the ball's in the air and I see that he's the intended receiver, I get really excited because I know something special is about to happen. And so, I mean, the guy's just an incredibly hard worker, extremely humble, keeps his head down, keeps his nose to the grindstone, loves to work, loves to practice. And you see it come to fruition on Saturdays when he makes plays like he does. That doesn't just happen because of his ability. The guy likes to work and show up, and he earns everything that he gets.
All right, Bob, come back around.
Hey, Hudson, was it like a bunch of nagging things that were kind of holding you back, or was there one thing in particular physically that was bothering you in camp in the early part of the season?
I was just battling some injuries, especially like with my ankle. I know last year I had a high ankle sprain. I actually almost tore my ankle last year, and so I was kind of dealing with some injuries there, not being able to perform at a very high level, and I was having a lot of pain whenever I was running. So they just thought it was best that I kind of hold back a little bit and not kind of potentially tear it. So that was kind of what's going on, but now everything's fine. Everything's good. So
That's good. And then you guys, obviously your dad played at Arkansas, your big brother played at Arkansas. Was it just a foregone conclusion you guys were going to come to Arkansas, or were there other thoughts of going other places, or how close did you maybe come to going somewhere else, or was it always going to be Arkansas?
I mean, I was really close to going somewhere else. I wasn't really going to come here. I mean, I think I decided like 3 days before signing day that I was going to be a Razorback. So yeah, I definitely had other plans of going other places, but I had the opportunity to be here and happy I chose it.
Was there someplace in particular you were going to go that wasn't here?
Yeah, I was going to go to the Air Force Academy.
Okay. I should have known that. You'd have been a good Air Force guy.
I probably would have. Yeah, I probably would have, but I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah. Hudson, what about you? Was it always Arkansas or?
it's it's kind of our question. I think deep down, really deep down in my heart, I think I knew I wanted to come here. But like I said before, I wanted to keep my options open. I wanted to be able to say that at the end of the day that I let every other school have an opportunity to, try to recruit me and try to get me to come to the school. And that's what I did. And at the end of the day, I knew that coming here would be the best opportunity for me. And I was kind of weary at first, whenever Coach Bielema got fired. I think if he would have stayed, I think I would have committed on the spot, honestly, just because of what he did with Hunter and kind of the offense that he had. I was kind of worried about Chad Morris and whatnot. So at the end of the day, I think deep down I knew that I was going to come here. So.
And then, usually a SEC team playing an FCS team, pretty mundane, but this is historical because it's in state. How do you guys, especially with you guys being from Central Arkansas, how do you guys feel about this matchup, getting to be part of it?
There's really nothing mundane about it. This is a very important game for us this week, and one that we really need to win. And we need to go out and play our best game of the year so far. I think we have the ability, just like every week, to do it. And I think this Saturday we need to go do it. It is a historical game, being an in-state opponent. I think it's very interesting in that respect, but it's another game, and we're headed down to Little Rock on Saturday. We got to get it done.
You want to take that too, Hudson? And did you say anything about Traylon Burks? If you didn't, maybe you want to chime in on him.
No, I totally agreed with what Hayden said. I didn't want to just, keep stacking on what he said, but he's had a just a phenomenal season. What he's been able to do this season and stacked on top of what he did last season. He has just been an incredible player here at Arkansas, and I think he'll go down as one of the best players to ever play here. And I'm just really proud of him because he's put in a lot of hard work to be able to be here. I think, like Hayden said, this isn't some kind of mundane matchup. We take every single opponent seriously. UAPB is a great team. We're gonna have to go out there and play our game. We don't underestimate anybody. Whether we play Alabama or we play UAPB, we're gonna play everybody just the same.
And Hayden, Hudson told a couple of stories on you. Do you want to, from childhood, do you want to reciprocate or what?
To tell you the truth, my mind's been over here racing on what kind of dirt I can throw on him during this whole Zoom call.
Do you have anything?
I'll think of something.
Oh, okay. Well, you can tweet it out later or something if you want to or whatever. Okay. Well, thanks, guys. That's all I got. I'm not trying to end it or anything, but it looks like you're having fun.
Oh, we ended it? Okay, I did think of one. Here we go. You ready, Bob? I'm gonna throw some dirt on him because since he told me 2 stories. Before Hudson's first day of padded practice, when he was playing peewee ball, playing Pop Warner, my dad got us out in our front yard, full pads, before his first day of practice. And he made me, I'm not kidding, literally run him over for an hour. He was trying to teach Hudson how to tackle. And he was like, go hit him, go hit him, go hit him. We were just going like this, just for 30 minutes to an hour, just hitting each other before Hudson's first day of padded practice when we were 4 or 5 years old. That's some funny stuff right there. But
and I promise, Mike, and Hayden and I tell stories about my dad all the time. I promise he's a great guy. He's awesome. He just tries to get us tough, I think he gets honest a lot because we tell these stories that make him kind of look bad, but
he's old school.
He's definitely old school, but my dad is a man of God, and he's super loving. He was very loving to us growing up too. So just had to put that in there.
All right, Tom, real last one then.
Actually, Bob covered it all.
There you go.
Perfect.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
Thank y'all. Go Hogs.
Thank y'all. Go Hogs.